Hi everyone. This video we're going to look at the basic structure of sprang. Now I use the terminology of Peter Collingwood. His book was written a very long time ago, but it is basically the book that started people looking at sprang. And he uses the terms plat row and over plat row. Now, the first step I'm going to do is put my left hand in here where my centre tape is to create the shed, and then slide it up here. You'll notice that we've got these pairs of threads, one at the back, one at the front. In sprang, what we try to do is to twist these around like this, if you can see this up here, except just doing that doesn't create a fabric. What we need to do is actually offset our twists so that threads from here will twist with ones from here. Ones from here, twist with here, and so on all the way across. So with Peter Collingwood's terminology, we offset them with what he calls a plat row. We start by grabbing our right hand and we take two threads from the back. So the first thread here, the second thread here, and we hold them here, and then we are going to drop one thread from the front to the back, and I hold it in place at the back with this hand. So what we've done now is we've offset our threads. What we're going to do next is we're going to do a 1-1 set of twists all the way across. And what I mean by that is I'm going to grab one thread from the back, bring it forwards, and drop a front one to the back. So one back, one from the front. One from the back comes forward, I drop one from the front back. From the back, from the front. So that's what we call a 1-1 structure, because it's one back, one front, all the way across. Now we're very careful to keep all our threads nicely lined up as we do this. Now, when I get to the left-hand side, we notice that we've got an odd number because this is an offset row. So I'm going to grab one from the back and then drop these two from the front back. So that's what we would call a 1-2. I push all of those twists all the way up to the top, and now I'm going to push them to the bottom. I can't push all the way down because my centre line is still in there. So I undo the tape, get it out of the way, and then I push all the way down. And I'm creating a mirror image at the bottom compared to the top. Now, it's vitally important that we always keep something in the shed. If I let go now, boom, everything gets undone. So we might keep our hand in, we might keep our centre safety line in, we might put in a knitting needle, or I often actually use the large safety pin style knitting stitch holders. They're great for this because you just put them in here and it holds the whole lot. Now, that was our first row, our plat row, where we offset the threads. Our second row, Peter Collingwood calls an over plat row, and this is basically returning all the threads to their original position. So it is going to be what we would say 1-1 all the way across. So I put my right hand here and I grab one thread from the back and I drop one from the front. And I make sure it's the one that's from right over that right hand side originally. It's going back to its original spot. One from the back, drop one from the front. Grab one from the back, one from the front. And I do that all the way across. 1-1, all the way. You may notice Isis is on the floor here. She's helping. Now when I get to this side, I had these two I dropped back together. So I make sure I grab the one that was originally in the number 2 position, like it was the second thread along. And then I drop that back, grab that in there. And I push then all my twists up to the top and down to the bottom again. And what we've got here, if we were to track the path of a thread, is it's going in little zigzags. Now, because we are zigzagging, the threads have to go a longer pathway. So if we continue doing this, we'll find it gets tighter and tighter. And that's why we need to be able to undo the tension and release it a little bit by undoing our cotton tapes. And I usually actually release the bottom one because it's just a bit easier for me. Now, if we were doing a plain sprang, we would continue with our 2 rows like that. Offset row, normal row. What we're going to do for this project is we're going to start patterning, and that will be in the next video.